So my junior year, I wasn't asked to prom, which I know it probably comes as a surprise to you, but I had an excuse ready if anybody had. I was at a competition, a regional speech competition. So if anybody was wondering why I didn't get asked to prom, there's your answer. But so about 2 days or maybe about 3 or 4 days before prom, the senior class nominated me to be the master of ceremonies for their service. And I thought, great, let me just go out and get a dress. And so I went out and I got a dress, and then I remembered that I need a date because you have to walk down that whole aisle. And this relates to love because our theme was Sea of Love, but it was a sea of something. I just haven't put my finger on it yet. So I get a dress. It's a tangerine dress, which is important. And I realized I need a date, so I call Chris Junker. And Chris Junker says, yeah, I guess. So I said, great, you're a good friend. We go to prom. He's going to go get a tuxedo. I thought, wouldn't it look nice if he had a gray tuxedo with a tangerine dress? And he thought, no, that's a stupid idea. So I thought, yeah, that's a stupid idea. So Chris gets a white tux, because that's fresh now. He gets a white tux and an orange vest. And my dress is tangerine. And when you are a junior in high school and going to your first prom, there is a big difference between tangerine and orange, Chris Junker. I thought somehow we're going to have to make this work. So I'm at my regional speech competition, which doesn't leave much time for me to get ready. Priorities in high school, ladies and gentlemen. And so I go over to my friend's house at the time. Her name's Lindsay. And she's got this fun little, cute little yellow number with a pink ribbon she tied around. And she looks like a toddler in tiara. And I have my hair slicked back in a bun, which is often what I wear to school, literally just twisted back into a nice little updo. I do my makeup myself. I borrow some jewelry from my mom because I was not a girly girl in high school. I did speech, for goodness sakes. Also, do you guys know what Crocs are? Yeah. Okay, I wore a lot of Crocs in high school. I went through a hardcore Croc phase. Yeah, it was... Yeah, I know, you guys are all wondering why I didn't get asked to prom. I know. That's what my mom said. They were intimidated by my personality. Takes a confident girl to wear Crocs. So I change into my dress. I put my makeup on, my mom's jewelry, and I'm ready to go. And Chris texts me and says, funny story, I can't pick you up for prom. You're going to have to come pick me up. I thought that's a little backwards, but sure. So I go and I pick Chris up, and his mom wants to take pictures. So we take pictures in his orange tux and my tangerine dress, and it looks atrocious. And as I'm getting in the car to go to take pictures, I realize that I don't have prom shoes. And guess what I'm wearing? I'm wearing solid black Crocs to my first prom. So I want you to picture, are you ready? Tangerine dress. And also, tangerine is a color that not many people can pull off. Not me, for example. So, tangerine dress. Black Crocs. My hair's back in a messy bun. I look like I've gotten out of sports practice, but I didn't play sports in high school. Don't be confused with... No. I did speech in high school, guys. Pull up, we take pictures, everything's great. His little sister wants to take pictures with me, but she tells her mom not to get the bottom half so that the shoes aren't in the picture. And that is surprisingly hurtful from a 6-year-old. We get in the car, because we're going to go back to Lindsay's house to pick up Brittany, which is another story in itself. But we get in the car. Chris says, I'm the guy in this date, so he's going to be chivalrous and drive my car. Well, I said, I know, right? Chivalry is not dead if you've met Chris Junker. So So great. He gets in the driver's side, and my friend Lindsay and I are going to sit in the back because she's going to touch up my makeup, if you don't mind. So Lindsay gets in the car. I'm getting into the car, but the car starts backing up. And Chris Junker runs over my tangerine dress. And there's like a big tire print on the front that's not going to come off. So we get in the car. My car almost runs out of gas because I'm really responsible. And so we go get gas. We go back to Lindsay's. We pick up Brittany. We take more pictures, top up, no knee shots. We go to Mysteria, and it's a little dinner theater, and we're going to have a little, course before prom, and we get our meal. Everything's great. Chris and I have to leave early because I have to go be the master of ceremonies. Waitress comes. She said, "How do you guys want this split up?" And I'm thinking, Chris and I aren't dating. We're not romantically involved. We'll just split it up. And he goes, no, just put it on one. And I thought, wow, Chris, you really felt bad about running over my dress, and you're going to pay for my meal. And he passes the ticket over to me. And I couldn't make this up if I was trying. I really couldn't. This is my first prom, remember. So I pay for Chris and I's meal. We go to prom. I'm like, well, let's take pictures because this is my first prom, and I'm super excited. And Chris goes, no, I don't really feel like taking pictures. I was like, that's fine. That's like totally fine. I don't really feel like taking pictures too. It's just me neither. So we go. I'm ready to do my little spiel as the prom court approaches, and I tell this award-winning joke. And just one more hint why I wasn't asked to prom. Why did Cinderella get kicked off of Coach O'Brien's basketball team? Because she kept running away from the ball. It went over a lot better here, so I feel like my delivery was a little bit better here. So great, it's about time. I'm talking to my friends, taking pictures, and Chris Junker is just like attached to my body, like won't leave me alone. And he's like, you have too many friends, and you're talking to too many people, and what's going on? And I was like, oh, is that not what you do at prom? Like, what's the point of prom? So we go, we're gonna walk, yeah. We walk through Grand March, everything's great, and then all of a sudden he just clings to me, and I'm ready to like get rid of Chris Junker at this point in my life. Had a little too much of Chris Junker. Also, I still have the tire mark down my dress, and I get to explain that to everybody who asks, which is everyone. And so my friends and I come up with this brilliant plan where I'm just gonna like dodge people all night on the dance floor, which wasn't hard for me in my Crocs and my tangerine dress and my updo. I wasn't a hot commodity, if you will, at the junior prom. And so I'm dodging Chris Junker all night long, and he's asking everybody, where'd Hannah go? And I'm in the bathroom for about 3 hours. And so finally, I'm like, Lindsay, he can't come over to your house afterwards because I don't know how to, like, explain to him that this was the worst night of my life without saying this was the worst night of my life. Okay, she's like, get this, follow my lead. We get in the car. Lindsay goes, Hannah, you look, like, super sick. And I was like, oh my gosh, Lindsay, I like feel super sick. And Chris is like, you look okay. And I'm like, no, I really don't feel okay. So we drop Chris off. I go to Lindsay's house. I fall asleep, and I wake up, and I did not attend another prom until my senior year when I was forced to again. Turns out you don't have to be popular to be on prom court. Turns out if your mom's a teacher at the high school you go to, and she nominates you, you get to be prom queen.